What is going on, guys? The Inside the Blue podcast, and today we have a Rangers post-game recap and preview for Game 2. The Rangers got it done in Game 1, defeating the Carolina Hurricanes 4-3, a tight game at the end, and a good overall game from the New York Rangers. I liked a lot of the things they did in this game, and I think the main topic of this entire video is it's going to be the power play. The Rangers' power play in the regular season was outstanding. Now they take on a team that had a struggling penalty kill, which we mentioned in the previous podcast, and it showed. The Rangers, those goals were quick. 2 goals, I want to say, in 30-something seconds combined between the two penalties, and that's what good teams do. When you take penalties and you play undisciplined, you're going to pay for it against the New York Rangers. That's something that the Rangers have, had so much pride in, is their power play. When they get on the power play, they just go to work. They don't set up uh too slowly. They get right into it, right? They don't, throw the puck around a lot. They really just get shots on net, move a lot, and a lot of good plays. That Zibanejad goal was unreal. And that's the Zibanejad that would really strike fear into a lot of these NHL teams. The guy, a lot of people refer to Mika's season as not him. Kind of not. I wouldn't say disappointing, but definitely not the Mika Zibanejad that is getting paid $8.5 million. And I think Zibanejad said, "You know what? Shut up. I'm gonna play in the postseason. You're not, and I'm gonna show you why I'm the number one center on the New York Rangers." And he did that for sure. I mean, 2 goals in this game, one just a few minutes into the hockey game, and that really hit the tone. It was an even strength goal too, which was something that Zibanejad didn't really have in the regular season. He was more of a power play guy, kind of man advantage guy, something that you don't necessarily love out of Mika. You want him to produce an even strength, and to do it on Freddie Anderson to start off the game is a really good sign for him and for the New York Rangers, because that's just another weapon that they can use, whether it's on the power play or at even strength. Seeing Vinny Trocheck score has been amazing. He has been elite this season. He's probably the best center in terms of faceoff. Like, the guy just takes faceoffs and wins them. That's his job, and he does it really well. Getting only paid $5.6 million to put up close to a point per game this season, and I could take that any day. The Rangers took a gamble with him. I loved the signing to begin with, and it's proven. He's a really good player, and he's playing his former team, and he doesn't care. He said it was just another series, right? Really just savage like from Vinny Trocheck. But I'm really proud with how he's played and all the centers. I know Wenberg isn't a guy that's going to really be your scoring touch, but he plays really good defense, and that's why they brought him in. You know, really getting 2 good defensive centers, and really all 4 of them can play very good defense. I think Barclay Goodrow has had a good series thus far. I thought he had a good series in Washington. Now, it's only been 1 game in Carolina, but this isn't the regular season Barclay Goodrow that we saw. I think he's been on the forecheck more. I think just once he hears playoffs, he's like, hell yeah, let's get this train going. And that's what you need. You need playoff performance. He's obviously a proven playoff performer. He's won Stanley Cups for Tampa Bay, trying to bring one to New York. I think Matt Rempe has already shown his presence, and the refs have seen it. So there was some speculation that he might not play game 2 because of the refs, but I feel like the fans just love him so much that if they did end up making him a healthy scratch and putting in a guy like Johnny Brzezinski or someone else, kind of would, I think Laviolette would kind of take a hit on that. As much as success as Laviolette has had in his early coaching career at New York, I think Matt Rempe is just a lovable guy. He strikes fear into the opponent. I didn't really agree with the penalty, him getting pushed in and then Freddie Anderson falling over. But the Rangers were 5 for 5 on the penalty kill. We haven't even really gotten into penalty kill and power play, but really, it was outstanding. 5 for 5 on the penalty kill. So anybody who is saying Rangers got all the calls and all that, Rangers got 2 calls and they made Carolina pay quickly. And with Carolina, they had their chances. Shesterkin was sharp this game. I mean, he allowed 3 goals, but I don't really think you look at the goals and they're like, what the hell happened? Like, how did he miss that? I mean, the first goal, that's just a deflection off left stick. Nothing you could really do there. Shesterkin was kind of like, the hell? I don't know how that even got by me. Um, the goal in front from, I believe it was Seth Jarvis. I mean, what are you going to do? The guy's on his back and he's scrambling for a save after save. It goes in the back of the net. Nothing you could really do there. And then the 5-hole goal from Marty Necas. I mean, that's just a defensive breakdown. Would you like to see Shesterkin go into the full butterfly to get the low save? Yeah, but is what it is. I think out of all the goals, he really wants that one back, but he won the game, and I think that's all Shesterkin cares for is winning hockey games. With 6-5, 5-4, a shutout, doesn't matter to Shesterkin. I think him just keeping up the wins and consistently playing good hockey is amazing. And I think Shesterkin can be an X factor in this series. I mean, back in 2022, he was the X factor. He's probably one of the prime reasons why they won that series a few seasons ago. Now this year, he didn't have the Shesterkin season he had in 2022, but he's ever since the All-Star break, he's been one of the best goaltenders. This guy has been unbelievable post All-Star break. He's winning. He's had 4 shutouts post All-Star break. I want to say he has like a 21 and something record. Like, the guy has just been on his game. And for Shesterkin in game 1, heading into game 2, really, it's really just playing the same. I don't really have a concern with him at all. He's probably one of the players in this team that I don't really have a concern with. I think when we get into really the concerning things about this team, it's kind of more of that third line. The third line with Cooley, Wenberg, and Kakko, they haven't really generated much, in my opinion. I think in terms of scoring, right, you want to see all 4 lines scoring, 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 and I haven't really seen that. And I'm not saying they're going to switch up the lines because there's no way they should. We're at a point in the series in the playoffs that it's kind of hard to move, juggle up lines unless something's not working. But everything's been working for the New York Rangers, so it's kind of hard to say, maybe we move Kakko to the second line. Like, no, like I think that line is just going to have to stay. It's going to just be more of a checking line, not really scoring type line. But I've been proud with everybody on this team. I think just the third line kind of has to get that call out of all the four lines. They kind of have the lowest, vibes, I guess. Even though all the vibes have been high, but that's really my concern. Really, power play and penalty kill, no need to concern. I mean, penalty kill is third right now, out of all the playoff teams with 91%, and the power play has been the power play. You go on the penalty kill, go on the power play, do your job, and get out of there. Get out of there with not 2 points this time. Get out of there with the win and head to Raleigh, Carolina. But really getting back to kind of the things I've had written down. Getting back to that penalty kill power play topic, Carolina's penalty kill in the playoffs is at 62%. And heading into the series against us, I'm pretty sure it was 72%. So really big downgrade there, and if they don't figure it out quickly, it's like then they go into the box and they're just sacrificing a goal. I think they have to be more disciplined this game. I think Rod Brindamore knows that. I think the rest of the coaching staff for Carolina, I know Carolina fans know that. Because I think if we're being totally honest with the New York Rangers and what they bring to the team and bring to the game of hockey, really their message is if you're going to just take penalties, we're just going to score. 5-on-5 might not always be the prettiest, but if you give us a chance to go on the power play, expect it to really haunt you. And I think that's what Carolina learned in game 1. I think, even in the Islanders series, they didn't have a good penalty kill either against them. And the Islanders have one of the worst power plays in the NHL in the regular season. So I think that's something Carolina needs to fix. And I hate saying this, but I do expect them to fix it. I mean, Rod Whitmore is an amazing coach. I mean, each of the last 3 seasons, I'm pretty sure he had 50-plus wins in the regular season. But I'm happy for this team. I'm happy that we won Game 1, get it out of the way. And I know the stat that keeps coming up is I'm pretty sure 68% of teams who win Game 1 do end up going on to win the series. But numbers are just numbers, right? Those are just graphics that are graphics that they just put out. And I do take that number seriously because it does, up the odds of us trying to win a series against a really good, powerful Carolina team. And the Boston versus Florida series, getting into that really, we don't really talk about many other teams besides the New York Rangers and their opponents, but Boston kind of gave it to Florida. Boston sent that message that we only had 48 hours of rest. Doesn't matter. We're going to put up 4 against you. Bobrovsky, we're going to put up 4 against you. I think it was really 3 and then an empty netter from Jake DeBrusk, but you get the point. So teams are sending their message out, man. It's all a message, and it's how they dictate their play and how they play. And they really do show, and they stick to their word, right? Boston, 48 hours of rest, went on a plane, got the job done on the road. Rangers got a few helpers from the referees, got a few calls, made Carolina pay. Now Game 2, 7 o'clock start at MSG, and then they head to Raleigh for 2 games. I'm expecting a nasty game tonight. Game 1 kind of foreshadowed what we're going to see in Game 2. I'm expecting a nasty game between these two. The hit up high from D'Angelo. I know PK Subban ranted out on his social media and on ESPN how he kept his shoulder in and then did one of those right to Cooley's head. And I understand it's playoff hockey, so I think kind of that story between Cooley and D'Angelo might get into it. Maybe we see a fight tonight. Maybe we don't, but I think for the New York Rangers, it's just staying out of the box, right? Staying out of the box. Shesterkin just continue his dominant play. And don't be too reliant on the power play, right? You got a few goals on the power play. Don't expect the Stripes referees to give you that call every time, especially when you head back to Raleigh. When you head on the road, it's a lot tougher playing on the road. But the Rangers have proven to them in the NHL, they have been a pretty good road team. And that's what I am very proud about with this team, is that they win on home ice and on the road. I think that's something that I do prioritize. Right, that's what makes a championship team. That championship teams go into other people's buildings, territories, and take them out one by one, and move on. That's what championship teams do. Championship teams hold on to leads, right? Rangers, things got a little bit scary, little bit. When they made it 4-3, but it was 3-2 at a point. Rangers made it 4-2 with Artemi Panarin shot. Artemi Panarin welcomed himself to the series. Hello, Artemi. Nice to meet you. And then they scored 4-3. Things got a little interesting. Rangers take a penalty. Forgot what the call was, but I forgot what the call was. Oh, you know what it was? I'm pretty sure it was Trocheck throwing it over the boards. Delay a game, which was crucial because, like ESPN mentioned, Trocheck has a lot of jobs on his team. He's a guy in the faceoff dot. He's a PK specialist. He wins faceoffs. Like, he does a lot. And to see him go in the box, things can get a little iffy because do you trust me to take the draw? Do you trust Wenberg, Goodrow? Which guy do you trust, right? Which guy do you have full confidence that this faceoff is going to be won back to whatever the defenseman is, whether it's Lindgren, Fox, Trouba, Miller, Schneider, Gustafsson, whatever 6 guys I just mentioned, who's it going to be? But Lindgren got tripped up by Andrei Svechnikov, And then they went to the box, made it 4-on-4 play. Goaltender gets pulled. Rangers win 4-3. But really, to recap what's going to go on in Game 2, hopefully we get the win. And if we get a penalty, or if we get a penalty, let's kill it off. Let's play smart. Let's stay out of the box. And if you're Carolina and you give us a penalty and you take a penalty and Rangers go on the 5-on-4 man advantage, let's make them pay. Let's make these guys pay and tell them. Send another message. You're gonna play in the box. You're gonna play in the sin bin. Let's put more goals down their throats. But anyways, that's gonna recap Game 1 and our preview for Game 2. Of course, I am your host, and this has been the Inside the Blue podcast, breaking down the New York Rangers. And that's gonna do it, man. I appreciate all of you guys. Don't forget to hit that like button, hit that subscribe button, and turn that notification bell so you never miss an upload. I may be going live tonight on either TikTok or YouTube. Stay tuned, and I will see you guys in the next one. Peace.